It started like an ordinary life. A quiet man, living with his wife and daughter in a small town near Seattle. No one suspected that behind that calm exterior, something dark had been growing for years. Something carefully planned, something irreversible. This is the true story of Peter Keller. Peter Keller was 41 years old. To neighbors and co-workers, he seemed like just another introverted man trying to get by. He worked at a computer shop, kept mostly to himself, and lived with his wife, Lynette, and their 18-year-old daughter, Kayleen. From the outside, nothing looked unusual. Family gatherings felt normal. Their relationship seemed loving. There were no obvious warning signs. But hidden deep in the woods of Washington State, Keller was building something. Not just a shelter, not just a hobby, a bunker. For nearly 8 years, Keller secretly constructed a fortified underground hideout in the forests of Rattlesnake Ridge. He did it alone, hauling logs, cutting wood, installing ventilation, even creating a pulley system to move materials. Inside, he stocked it with food, weapons, propane, and supplies. Enough to survive for months, maybe even years. This wasn't just survival preparation, it was an escape plan. But escape from what? That answer would only come later. And when it did, it would shock everyone. In April 2012, everything changed. Inside their home, Keller shot his wife and daughter in their bedrooms. Both died instantly. Then, he set the house on fire. Authorities later found gasoline placed around the home, clearly meant to destroy evidence. But the fire didn't erase everything. It revealed something far worse. As the flames died down, investigators began piecing together the scene. This wasn't an accident. It was calculated, premeditated, cold. And then, Keller vanished. A manhunt began. Police quickly realized they weren't dealing with someone who panicked. They were hunting someone who had prepared for this moment, someone who had already planned where to go. Clues started to emerge. Photos recovered from the house. Strange images of wooded areas, distant buildings, unfamiliar terrain. Tips from hikers who remembered seeing Keller's truck parked near a trailhead. Bit by bit, the search narrowed, and it led them straight to the mountains. Hidden in the forest, buried into the hillside, they found it. The bunker. It was far more elaborate than anyone expected. Multiple chambers, a sleeping area, stockpiles of food, weapons, a fully functional survival setup. Keller hadn't just built a hiding place, he had built a new life. But he wasn't alone in there. At least, not yet. Before authorities could move in, something chilling surfaced. A video, recorded by Keller himself. In it, he calmly explained everything. Not with panic, not with regret, but with unsettling clarity. He talked about being tired of normal life, of paying bills, of routine. He said living as a civilian freaked him out. And then, he said something even more disturbing. He wanted a different life, one where he could live freely, even commit crimes, just to feel something, just to escape boredom. But there was one problem: his family. In the video, Keller made it clear. He didn't want to worry about them anymore. He didn't want ties, responsibility, attachment. So he removed them, permanently. The video also revealed something else. He knew how this would end. "If I get caught, I'll just shoot myself." Those were his words. Cold, final, unapologetic. By the time authorities surrounded the bunker, they already knew what they were dealing with. A heavily armed survivalist, a man with nothing left to lose. SWAT teams moved in carefully. The terrain was steep, dangerous, every step uncertain. They called out to him. No response. They deployed tear gas. Still nothing. For nearly a full day, the standoff continued. Then finally, they breached the bunker. Inside, they found Peter Keller, dead, a gun beside him, just as he said he would. The plan he spent years preparing lasted only days. Investigators later confirmed something even more disturbing. This wasn't a sudden act. It wasn't impulsive. Keller had been thinking about this for years, planning it, rehearsing it, recording it. And yet, no one saw it coming. Friends described him as quiet, normal, even loving toward his daughter. There were no clear signs of the darkness beneath, but in the end, that darkness consumed everything. A family destroyed, a life erased, and a bunker that became a tomb. The story of Peter Keller is not just about a crime. It's about what can exist beneath the surface, hidden, silent, waiting. Because sometimes, the most dangerous people don't look dangerous at all.